Good morning. Welcome back to Casa TexPina. We're on build day number 108. It's Tuesday and we're scheduled to have a power outage from 8 to 5. So it's already 8. I'm expecting it to go out any minute. What that means for us, well, we here they call them brownouts. But for the guys, that means concrete mixing by hand. Our welders already know that we're not having power today, so they've scheduled themselves to be somewhere else. And our CCTV guys have rescheduled for tomorrow. Reason the power is going out, they're redoing the power lines down the main road here in front of the subdivision, all the way into Mabalacat. So that's going to be a good thing. It should mean less power outs, less brownouts in the future. But for us right now, it's a minor inconvenience. So we just got to be able to adapt and overcome. Let's go ahead and walk around and see where everybody's at this morning, and let's get started. All right, here in the front of the house, we're still cleaning up some of the old dirt from the front where they dug out this fence line. They're putting some on the back of the fence just as a backfill material, and then the rest of it they're going to sift at a later point. They already pulled the forms off of the concrete they poured yesterday afternoon. Looks good from what I can see. The guys on the back here are going to be using some of that concrete and mortar that they'll mix at another location, and they will be building the rest of this fence line. This fence line from this post here all the way around the back is going to be full height, 2 meters plus. So that's where we're looking at. They're going to be busy with that today. Hand mixing mortar is usually not a big deal. They've done that. They do that quite often. The only time they do a lot of mixing the mortar inside of the one bag mixer is when they have a lot of plaster coat to do. So for today, okay, so we've got stub up for our island. So we'll have an electrical outlet in the island. That was added in yesterday afternoon. The engineer came by while we were out for lunch yesterday and drew the guys a small plan to be able to know how far up to put the electrical outlets around the back of the cabinet areas. So that's what they're looking at. We're still working on rebar in this area coming into the guest side of the house, mixing, getting ready to do mortar. Morning. Mr. Jericho is getting ready to do mortar inside the shower area. I missed a few people earlier walking around. Mr. Anjo is here today, and Mr. Gabby. They're mixing mortar and placing bricks. They're doing the walls up for the dormer window. So, talking with the engineer, our dormer window here is actually going to have a very high base before it goes up for the window. So, this is going to be a piece to watch as we continue through. Once they're done here, they should be continuing here as well with the closet area. Closet area is supposed to be from this column out to here and back in with the line of this wall here going down the stairwell. So this side up to where Mr. Gabby's at is all closet space, and that door will also go out into the open attic space around the outside of the media room, able to come back in on this side as well. And take a walk, mid-morning walk around. Guys here are working on rebar. Over here in the garage area, Still working on plaster coating in the garage bath. Okay. Looks like they're getting ready to make some more mortar. No power right now, so not worrying about making any concrete. We are just about out of sand. We've got a little bit here, and a little bit over on this other side of the street. Just enough to keep going with the mortar today. So let's look around and see what everybody else is working on. Still working on forms for the posts here, and up here in the front, grabbing some rocks. Looks like somebody might be trying to make a little bit of concrete. I'm not sure if we've got enough rock for it. What he's doing is he's bagging up the concrete, the aggregate, for use with concrete at a later point. So they're scraping up all the concrete, all the rocks that they've got, put it in the bag, and that equals 1 bucket worth of rocks. When they go to mix aggregate and sand and cement, these are already pre-measured. All they got to do is count the number of pieces that they put in. All right. Also up here on the front, the guys are working the fabricating the beams for the front porch. I realize this will not hold a whole lot of weight, so meaning not a whole lot of weight on the top. It's just the roof line that's going to be up there. So looking good here so far. Go ahead and sneak in the back. And the other guys down here on the first floor, we still got a lot of mortar mixed for the plaster coating guys, but these guys here on the first floor are also still doing all of the rebar work for the remaining first floor areas. Here in the Jack and Jill bath, we're getting a new delivery of fresh delivery of mortar, and Mr. Jericho is still working the plaster coat over here inside the shower and toilet area of the Jack and Jill bath. All right, let's go take a walk upstairs and see what the guys are doing upstairs. Excuse me. Thank you. The engineer, again, he left little drawings all over the place yesterday when we missed him. Here we've got, he's telling the guys, there's the stairs, how high the ceiling needs to be. We're just going to do a slope ceiling up the staircase, and a little bit higher here above us, not much. Looks like he has it at 2.6 meters. Okay, coming on up. We got 2 or 3 guys up here. There was 3 earlier. I think we've only got 2 now. Mixing mortar and continuing with the dormer window fabrication. The walls for it, at least. All right, so that's where everybody's at this morning. We'll check them again after lunch. All right, we're gonna take a walk around post lunch. Power is still out. These guys have been working up here on the front with these beams that are going to come out for the front porch. They still have this one left here to go across the front, but they've been fabricating pretty well this morning. They completed the one on the other side, and the one on the closest side here is almost done. All right, so we're still cleaning up the front, throwing the excess fill material off of the sidewalk and back into the yard so we can use it. And let's go take a look around the side before we walk inside the house. Okay. So they've got these two top of posts formed. They'll probably pour those either this afternoon if we got enough materials for concrete, or they may pour it tomorrow. Here on the side, the garage side of the house, the foreman and Mr. Alex are working the placements for the fence post that will be either side of the service gate. Yes, it's a service gate. They're working either side of that. This post here will serve two purposes. One, it's going to be for the service gate, but it's also going to be the front, the starting point for our garage gate, because it's going to have a rolling gate here in the front. And this one here has already been placed. So we're going to be in line with the side of this wall column right here. And then before they start working the hollow block and concrete through this area, our plumbers are going to need to look at reworking the connection pipe through this location at some point, because this is our main entrance for the water. Okay, the guys did continue working on the fence line while we were out for lunch. So we've got hollow block here along the side and most of the way across the back. Let's go ahead and look inside the building. I know here in the garage bath, Mr. Ben has been working the plaster coat. So we finished the top half this morning and almost done with the bottom. Looks like he's getting ready to turn around, and they're going to do the top half up there. So the bottom half, you notice there's a difference in the texture. This one up here is smooth. This one down here is rough. What it is, they're planning on putting ceramic tile all the way up the side, up to a certain height. Usually it's about 5 feet above floor level, and then the rest is smoothed and painted, skim coated and painted. So we'll take a look at those later on as they get going. Okay, just working the rebar for the flooring. So we are not pouring any flooring today, so they're going to continue through here as they're still making mortar for the guys doing the plaster coating. So they're getting the whole first floor prepped for concrete. They still do need to put in some more aggregate through here. We got cakes made for the spacers, and Mr. Jericho is back here working on the plaster coat in the Jack and Jill bath. Rough finish. Yeah, because the same thing like the other bathroom, where we're gonna put tiling on the side, ceramic tiles, probably a good about 5 feet up, and then the rest of it will be smoothed over at that point. Okay, I hear some ticking. That means Mr. Chucks is back here. He's starting to rough in the conduit for our electrical outlets in the bathroom. So we're going to have one here, and most of the bathrooms are going to have electrical outlets in them nearby the sink, GFCI type. Okay, let's go take a run upstairs. Look at it. Oh, that one. Oh, good. So the 3-way is already finished up there too. Okay, we'll take a look when we come up. Thank you. So he's already got the 3-way put in place right here as we come to the top, and that'll be right here. So before you get ready to go down the stairs, you can turn the light on, or as you get to the top, you can turn the light off. Okay, so we're still working hollow block up here for the dormer window. We're continuing the height. All right. Don't worry about this particular area here. This purlin will come out because we're going to remove that as the hip joint, the hip roof comes out this direction and covers the dormer window that's going to be here. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of height to play with as far as how tall we want to make the window. this afternoon, power came back on about 2 o'clock, and first thing they did was mix concrete. So we got some concrete mixed, a little on the wet side, but it's okay. The mix is going into the columns for the fence posts here. So we're gonna pour it into these columns, this one, the top of this one, and the top of the one where he's at. So that's what they're working on this afternoon since they got power back. Gonna do a little bit of concrete. Okay, something else to show you up here on the front. As you may have seen during the drone footage, the 3 beams for the top of the front porch have been fabricated. Rebar has been fabricated today. So the next thing they're going to start working on is building the forms around them. So once they build the forms around them, then they'll look at pouring concrete again, and they should pour the concrete in these 2 posts up to the top of the beam, and then they'll build up, they'll put in 2 courses of hollow block and build 2 more beams, and build a beam setup just like this again on the top of it, and that'll be the top of the front porch roof line. Well, sorry, the bottom of the roof line, the top of the actual front porch itself. All right, down here, our trusty electrician is putting conduit all together. So this is connecting one side to the other of the from the fence, so it's not all traveling underneath the gate here. It'll travel underneath in the dirt. So he's putting that together. All right, let's go take a look around inside and see where people are ending up at. As it is currently 4 o'clock, we've got about another hour of work left. So they have been placing all the rebar throughout the whole bottom floor here. Now the next thing they've been working on is getting these to grade, getting it level. So what they're working on now is removing all of this excess material, and then they're going to come back and start doing the rebar, same as they've done throughout the rest of the first floor. And the next thing after that is to put in the G1 gravel. Okay, let's go ahead and cruise on here to the back. Go down the hallway like we're supposed to, into bedroom 3, to the half bath, to the Jack and Jill bath, and we're working on plaster coating. This wall here is all ready to be completed. Again, they are leaving it to a rough finish because we are planning to put tile almost all the way to the ceiling. I know it's rather old school for US, but here in the Philippines, that is standard practice. Let's go take a look upstairs. Looked like we had some more water thrown down the staircase. Parts of it are wet, which is good. More water equals more strength. After it's poured, of course, not before. Okay, so we're still looking at hollow block wall for the dormer window, and a little bit more for the wall on the side. All right, next thing I believe tomorrow or the next day will be this wall here to form up the closet area. All right, wanted to take a quick minute. I know it's not Saturday. I'm not doing, I usually do my shout outs on Saturday, but today, July 21st, 2 of my nieces have their birthdays today. So I wanted to make sure to say happy birthday to my niece Tia in Texas, and my other niece Rhea in Kansas. Happy birthday to both of you. Also, shout outs to some of the other folks, some other subscribers. My brother in arms, Jason Bailey in Texas, and then subscribers, Mallet CNC Works from Wisconsin, Luke D from Australia, Luca Signorella from Toronto, Canada, and Brian Halstead in Cebu City, Philippines. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for dropping comments. Appreciate it. All right, it's almost yabba dabba do time. Guys are starting to put their tools away. They've come about to the end of the day for build day number 108. It was brownout day again, which means everything is done manual method, at least until the power came back on about 2 o'clock this afternoon, which only saved them a little bit of time for making concrete for these posts here on the fence. So today, what did happen, manual method as well, we got the beams up for the front porch. So the lower beams are up. They will form those up tomorrow and most likely pour them tomorrow. The fence along the back is coming along. We're not quite up to height yet, but they're working on it. Still work some more on it tomorrow. Inside on the floor, for the main floor area, everywhere in the first floor, they're spreading the G1 gravel, making sure we get that down, and then putting the rebar frame over the top of it. So we've got the floor grid, as you want to call it, over the top of the concrete, over the top of the aggregate, where the concrete's going to be poured possibly this week. It's early, it could happen. Had some more plaster coating in in 2 bathrooms. We had one here in the Jack and Jill, as well as one in the garage bath. The garage bath is completed as far as plaster coating goes, and that person has moved on to the mother-in-law's suite, maid's suite. It's an extra bedroom, but out in the garage. So yeah, call it what you may. So we're about at the end of the day. So we'll see you guys again here tomorrow. If you liked today's video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button or the Casa TexPina star right here and you'll be subscribed. Hit the bell icon just below the view screen and you'll be notified of our next video upload for your viewing pleasure. So until we see you again tomorrow, have a great afternoon and God bless. Thank you for watching. If you liked today's video, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon to be notified when our next video becomes available.